Hey everyone, this is Tappers here, and welcome to the next step of the Mega Man Classic Trilogy. As you can see, this is Mega Man Legacy Collection, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which I just downloaded because I hadn't actually opened it or anything. And it has a lot of neat little gizmos and stuff, like the soundtracks of all 4 games it includes. No Mega Man bass, because it's not a loved game, I can tell you. A museum, I haven't looked at this. Oh, nice. Is this all of... Oh, snap. I shouldn't spoil anything because you know what we're going to start. Challenges and the games. I already did the settings, so I got this out of full screen. Took VSync off, I don't even remember. And we're going to start with... background. You won't see the background because I have this widescreen, so that's kind of apply a filter button configuration. I don't think I need to. Let me see. There's 2 jump buttons and there's an auto fire. Huh, that's kind of weird. Let's see, left buttons. Okay, yeah, that's about right. And we are just gonna go ahead and get started with oh, okay, it just puts the background in the background, but yes, that made a lot of sense. In the year 20XX AD, because I don't even think AD was a thing back then. Oh no, Wily is ruling over this gigantic exploding bowling ball. This is hardcore, people. But this is sort of telling the events of what happened at the end of Mega Man 6, where Mega Man finally learned how to use Constrict and cuffs, all that, and this is quite the press. It's a free press, as you can tell, along with Cutman's Bad Hair Day 2. No, except not really. But you can't already know what's next. It's to be continued. That's what. In a dark underground lab somewhere that self-activates after a certain period of time, which his schemes end in failure. Or nope, it's failure. Man, when I heard the sound of those lights, it was just kind of like freaky and whatever. But the last time you kind of saw me play Mega Man 7, it was the fan-created version, 8-bit version. So, oh, okay, it was 6 months. I didn't think it was a year or anything like that. And who's that Robot Master? I think I already know, except I probably don't. But we need to stop Dr. Willy, because that's his actual code name now. Yep. And of course, Mega City is in not quite as good shape. Now, I want to almost say that the base, as far as Mega Man 7, is kind of split for hating it or really loving it. I guess the reason people don't like it is because they get turned off because, oh no, we've been spotted, and I'm drowning. No, I'm sorry, I'm melting. Because I don't know why I said that, but Mega Man 7, that's not supposed to do that, but we need to start this thing. There's no time to waste. We must get going, Otto. He is actually, this is his appearance. Otto's, I guess, we'll talk more about him in a bit, because we need to stop Dr. Wily in this ruined town, which is fortunately a bit stable right now, even though it's kind of like cracked up. And, oh no, a 1-foot roadblock. We can't do it even with these tank treads because we didn't put it on the entire thing. We didn't go all suicidal tendencies or Killertron with tracks. Or Morris, I should say. But we need to take this and get going because... Robot Wars. Construction Wars. Junkyard Wars! Okay, no. That definitely is not going to work. Personally, I like the older one better. Don't know why I had to use the Falco voice, but sure. And we get to fight Mega Man because he strikes a pose. Also, I noticed that Eddie statue just not underneath, but right behind Mega Man. And just so you know, this is all automated, and Dr. Light needs help by Roll because she is clearly off screen, so there's nothing we can do about that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Mega Man 7, this game was released mid-September of 1995. And yeah, I was 8 years old when I played this game, roughly. And we need to look as these stars are already attacking the base, even though we would have assumed that they were attacking anyway. And yeah, you know, I always look at the top of that building and think, oh yeah, that's the saucer, because that's kind of hiding things greatly. And still love the eyebrows. You must go, Mega Man, for everlasting peace. And yeah, we also got to see Rush. And yeah, Mega Man in 8-bit, it's actually pretty neat and surreal. I mean, I didn't really get to play the original 8-bits. Oh yeah, I should probably mention some of the enemies we're seeing. We got the Metal SVUs, or SVs, I should say, and the Bunby tanks, which, spoiler, we'll actually see them again, but we won't see those Mets ever again because that monster killed him. This monster is Masher. He's a giant steamroller thing, which is probably one of the weakest mid-bosses, if you can call it that, of anything, because yeah, it's already dead. Now, in 8-bit, this actually kind of looks really cool. The music's awesome, and we're just going to get attacked by whoever this guy is, who looks like kind of the form of fish head. Also, it's saving. Thank you for telling me. You are as good as they say, Mega Man, as I flap open my mouth. Oh, this is automated. You better tell me who you are! I will keep flapping my gums. So, one reason, I guess, why people don't like this game is because, I guess, the shift in sprites from 8 to 16-bit, which I find kind of just sort of a silly reasoning, but it's kind of whatever. There might be some other reasons, maybe because not quite as iconic, and this is overlooked by people that play Mega Man X. I don't remember which one I played first, though. Bass! You are a mystery. I wonder if I should have Bass for dinner. Anyway, and also the password screen, which has different icons. It's like, yeah, we're totally facing Dr. Wily, and hey, there's Proto Man. We will see him. But yeah, that was the intro stage, the first one. I guess people don't like intro stages. I don't really see too much of a deal with it. But yeah, we get 4 Robot Masters for some reason, and a Dr. Wily symbol we can't go into the middle of because who knows why. But first, before we do anything, we're going to hit select, which not many people will know, and be greeted by a giant Eddie lobster thing? I don't even know what to call it, but yeah. So, we saw Otto before, and he is the #1 student, and he's also the shop manager of screws. But yeah, apparently he's lost some screws. Yeah, clearly we know what jokes they're making. And if he gets his Hyperbolt back, we might get things. But for now, we get the lamest shop ever, which is like 5 items. Nothing we can buy. We got E-tanks, weapon tanks, which is really cool to have. An exit module if we need to revisit. If you have already defeated the Robot Boss. I didn't know Robot Boss was actually the name of something. We got Beat that returns, and we got extra lives. Okay, I need to hit the B button in order to exit, not A, which actually the control... I mean, A and B is kind of different from what it is on a Super Nintendo, but... oh, actually, X and Y are different. Okay, but there's 2 jump buttons, so it's whatever. We're going to start with Freeze Man because, well, the weather has already hit, and I'm kind of feeling a bit chilled right now. There was no pun even remotely close there. That was a Peta-4 thingy, whatever. And this is a Polar Mini-Boss, which they love showing a lot of. And he roars and everything, because roar! I don't know why I did that, but... one thing I actually still love about this game is the soundtrack, like this one. I find the soundtrack to be really enjoyable, and, I mean, people do love Mega Man 2 soundtrack I love this and 3 a lot more, and, well, I love a lot of the soundtracks. Except, well, 5's is kind of average, I would say. Those were ultimate shield attackers. Woo! That is so hardcore. Those are kind of a variation of the ceiling enemies from 6 that you saw in, like, 2 stages? I don't really remember. But if you kill them, you can actually cross safely on the icicles. I didn't attack correctly, so there's that. Also, oh, okay, I have to hit select in order to go to the menu, and then select to exit out. But as you can see, we can't actually switch to rush, even though we have shoulder buttons to use. That right there is a letter plate. We need those for certain goodness. Fortunately, I didn't screw up. If those ice platform block things, if you stay on them too long, they'll shatter and they won't actually respawn. It's kind of weird to see not shield attackers, Sniper Joes die very easily, but those are beta 01s, so yeah, that kind of says a lot. Okay, I'm going to use Rush Coil. I almost never use it in this part. Oh, that was not it. Yeah, there's a thing right there. This is the Rush Search, which is actually a pretty kind of funny utility, sort of. We have the windmill gabules, and we got a drive, a cannon driver, that's what it is. I need to be careful because I fear I could bonk my head and slide into bad situations. Ow. And that's what the hit animation looks like. It's kind of weird looking, if you ask me. E-Tank! That's one of the few that you'll be able to find, and I don't like... Okay, yeah, I got that one. A bed of spikes underneath a ladder is not a good sign. Also, this is a bomb sleigh, which is deadly because bombs. Now, we have the boss corridor here, but we need to do things. I accidentally picked Coil. Whoops. Now this is Rush Search. He'll sniff, he'll wag his tail, he'll bark, and sometimes it's an indication that when he starts digging, and digging faster, we get something good, like an exit module. That's 200 bolts that we just saved. Easily. But, there's more goodies. Actually, can I use it in a boss corridor? Let me see. Because sometimes, if you're fortunate or not fortunate, you will get a dolly. Yeah, he'll dig up a lot of junk, and it just kind of shows it's sort of not worth it. But we enter the arena, we have spikes on the ceiling, a icy tomb, and a taunting freeze man, who will do absolutely nothing until you do something. Freeze Man is very pattern oriented, and I kind of messed that up. Anytime that you shoot, he will shoot, or I'm sorry, he will jump. He will sometimes do his pattern a little differently. You want to be aware of that freeze cracker that he shoots, because that will cause bad situations. So you want to kind of goat him out into jumping over. But you need to also be careful because right here he can... yeah, this is very frantic. Oh yeah, if you screw up, you get stuck in the floor. Not because of glitching, mind you. So you kind of need to sort of goat him out. And with any luck, you get to defeat your first Robot Master. And back then, he was kind of one of the ones that I would be kind of 50-50 for, but because I know how to sort of fight him now, or at least know that he's very pattern-oriented, the fight's really engaging, because sometimes he can trip you up. But we need weapon tutorials. Freeze Cracker fires ice bullets, doesn't it? No, it shoots a giant ice orb. Well, and the bullets will split when they hit the ground. Or, you know, the wall, and you can also sort of aim it diagonally in a way, sort of. Freeze Cracker is not exactly the most powerful weapon, and it's kind of weak, actually, but it does have some elements to it that are pretty neat, I suppose. But we'll head off to Burstman next, and he's readying his cannons, or cannon, I should say, because it's high-powered. Goodness. And if you do want a stage that you want to start off with, this is actually a very good contender, as long as you're okay with waiting for the Neo count bombs. Also, I realize the Bumpy tanks take a lot longer to kill, because the charge shot I don't know if is particularly that powerful. Let's see, I think I want to go this way. Not gonna bother with that one up. It does look kind of weird and kind of smushed. Also, that's an E-tank, which I would need to sort of display. I forgot what that enemy is, but it's a hover bomb peller thingy. And these are CFN 24s or whatever, and the Gabos from Plant Man stage, sort of, except they aren't jerks by exploding in your face. I want to say that there was like something maybe hidden. Also, the Scuba Mets are back, and they are a lot less harmless and sort of cute still in the way. Actually, I think the original Mets were probably better, but I haven't showed the weapon yet, but this is a Kurigane or whatever, some lobster thing, which can rush forward, slam the wall, and oh, there we go. Yeah, so this is the Freeze Cracker, which is pitiful on damage, by the way, since he didn't do anything. Okay, can I do this right? Come on. Yeah, speed running tricks. Nice. If you do it right, you'll be able to float upward, and I think be able... Oh, I didn't catch it. Oh well. You do want to be careful in case you don't kill some of these exploding mines, because... Oh yeah, and definitely be careful there. Your momentum can sort of take you down. And take you for a ride. No, it's terrible, actually. And, oh no, we're stuck... Oh, we have the Yoku blocks, which, that was really hard. Upward, yeah. Okay, we're good. We got the Carobots, which have been massively dumbed down to being just so easy. Boom. I froze the lake. And... Oh man, that snipe. Come on. I need to get through. It's so slow. Oh, there we go. Are you ready for some swimming? Ow. Hey, one up. Nice. I'm not gonna get that health. It's not really that interesting. Wait. Oh, I hit a mine. Okay. Not sure how I killed that Mez, especially since I'm pretty sure it was in hiding. But whatever. Also, those spikes kind of look weird. They kind of remind me like some of the spikes that kill you in Rayman, the PC game, or I'm sorry, the PlayStation game, the very first one. I missed that game and kind of hope I can play. Oh, I think it's supposed to be on the Switch or PC at some point soon. At least what I sort of saw. So this is Burst Man. He is very allergic to a lot of weapons because it kind of screws up his AI, but he will shoot these danger wraps, which you can destroy the bubble, but I just prefer to destroy them. Also destroy these ones because they will bounce wildly, and you also want to be careful of the what's it called? The Oh yeah, you can also bounce off the side wall because that's kind of a thing. Oh yeah, anytime you do that, okay, so yeah, using okay, that's okay, get out of here. Yeah, this could be a little frantic, especially since oh yeah, the explosions aren't exactly that big. Snipe. Oh, I can't actually do it. And I can't switch weapons, which is a shame. jump in the middle and absorb the juicy fruit starbursty goodness, which is definitely juicy fruit because it's orange, and I didn't mention the wintergreen before. The Danger Rat fires out a bomb encased in a bubble, doesn't it? Long pause. Yes, but it can also be used to encase other things besides bombs. Basically, the Danger Rat can encase really small enemies for the most part, and basically they're dead upon arrival. What they don't tell you is that if you hold down and then fire the weapon, you'll set a bomb, which is a landmine that eventually explodes. Danger Rat can be particularly good in an instance we'll eventually see, but